You know, virtual reality is something that I don't think the gaming industry sees as a viable option for gaming. They still see it as something you give to your grandma so you can scare the shit out of her just for the laughs. But today, I want to talk about a game that recently released in a 1.0 that could stand out amongst the other shooters if it plays its cards right and considers a few things along the way. So without further ado, slap on that headset and try not to punch your monitor as we talk about Vail VR. And if you enjoy what you see today, be sure to sub to the channel. Okay? Let's continue. So Vail was a game that I sort of planned to record from the start. They followed me on X not too long ago. I looked at the game and thought, that's something. I'd like to check it out once I get the chance. Which reminds me of something. I want to thank Big Fry for inviting me and a few good people to play this game with him because good God, it was such a good time.
I heard two different distinct things. Balls and walls. Which one was correct? The balls or the walls?
Since AX Lab went ahead and launched this game into full release on Steam the 24th of January, which was way ahead of their full release for the Quest store, let's speak on it and see what everyone else is going to be looking forward to. Right out the gate, they highlight that matchmaking has been enabled and that while players may find some issues getting in, they're working on it in the back end. Now, thankfully, I didn't run into any of these issues. I can't say the same for one of the other people we were playing with, because it seemed like the servers were against him damn near our entire time playing the game. And if it wasn't him getting into long queue times, it was just him having to restart the game because of matchmaking errors. Next, we have progression, which I have a few things to say about in my final thoughts. As of right now, the highest level you can get to is level 50 only by playing quick play. They do plan on bringing prestiges to the game, which I think will extend the game's multiplayer life, but I think it's going to be all about making it worth it to prestige. Y'all remember how in the early days of Call of Duty, it seemed like no one wanted to prestige? Because it normally resulted in resetting weapons, resetting challenges, and you'd have to unlock everything all over again. They do go on to mention that every prestige will result in a reset in exchange for cosmetics and emblems. Maybe you can make it a little bit more rewarding by letting players keep the weapons that they unlock. I don't know if that's already in the blueprint or in the game plan for it, but it's just an idea. And speaking of the weapons, let's go ahead and talk about them. And I want to preface by saying that unless it's been in the shooting range, I have not used any of these weapons against other players. That being said, we have a total of 4 new weapons being added to the game: the M2 rifled shotgun, the STF-12 shotgun, the good old Deagle, and a personal favorite of mine, the Vityaz SMG. We've also got 2 new maps, Void and Atmos, both of which I've played on and both of which are just amazing in my opinion. In fact, I think these are the best 2 maps in the game aesthetically, and there's nothing anyone can do to change my mind about that. Anyways, that concludes everything in the 1.0 release notes, but at the end of the day, it's important how I felt about the game, right? And what I will say is that I love the hub area. You know, you get to practice your aim, you get to practice hat tricks. Wait, huh?
There's hockey? No way. No way, dude. Oh, dude, the responsiveness is actually quite nice. And I still can't hit it. Nice. Why hasn't there been like a hockey game in VR yet? Eh! Oh, dude, that's cool. Can I hit the balloons? Oh, no way.
Yeah, no, we got hockey in VR. Oh my God. You know, and surprisingly enough, this works super well. You wouldn't tell because I'm hot ass at it, but everything feels pretty damn good. Now, the number one question we had was, could we all join each other at this hideout? And could we all possibly play these games together?
Hey!
What the fuck?
What?
Why does it look like a moon?
That's a smoke screen.
Smoke.
Just imagine you're playing hockey and someone just throws a fucking smoke bomb on the ice.
Oh, is he? Oh, Fly's my teammate? Oh, shit.
Now he's playing American hockey.
Yeah, American hockey.
Now, when it comes to the player controller and the gunplay, I'm gonna be ranking it amongst others like Pavlov, Contractors, and maybe even Ghost of Tabor as some of the best. And obviously there's going to be some jank, but outside of that, it's actually really nice, responsive, and something that has me wanting to play this game for hours on end. Which reminds me, there aren't a ton of modes going into the full release, which is kind of unfortunate, but there are 2 that caught my attention, and those being Artifact and Scout's Knives. Starting with Artifact, it's pretty much the game's search and destroy mode, but you have to activate the bomb, and it's actually kind of mind-blowing how you do it.
Those orbs.
Oh, I see.
I think it's a hack thing.
Try and
So
touch
use your
them.
other hand.
Use your other hand and like see.
Oh!
Whoa.
Yeah, bring it to that one. To the one where it's glowing when you grab
this
it.
one.
Oh.
I think
Oh,
it's
that.
different.
Bring it to-
Oh. Oh, dude, that is actually. That is dope as fuck.
Unfortunately, over the past 4 days that I've been recording this game, I don't think I ever got into one lobby that was running Artifact, and that sucks because I can see this becoming a really nice game mode with a full lobby running comms and it just being really immersive. The other game mode is called Scout's Knives, and this can either be one of the greatest modes you've ever played, or a game mode so stressful you think your heart is about to Alt F4 out of your goddamn chest. In this game mode, you have snipers, knives, impact grenades, and everything is low gravity. It's a party mode that not only works really well with a group of friends, but if you've got the aim of Chris Kyle, it's one of the best ways to get kills and earn XP. Unfortunately, I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a goddamn boat. Aside from these two, we've got your standard TDM, free-for-all, there's a CTF mode called Capture the Orb, and I believe one other mode, maybe not, I don't know anymore. I think the fumes from the Quest 2 have just fried my brain. And on that note, I want to go ahead and dive into my final thoughts, but if you want to check out this game, you can pick it up on Steam right now, or you can pick it up on the Oculus Store on the 15th. For my final thoughts, I want this game to do really well. It's got a nice foundation, the vision for what the game wants to be is clear, but there are some things they can improve on that I feel like are going to expand the player base. You know, the squad that I was running with sort of bounced ideas as to what could be improvements to the game, and what we decided on was that there needs to be a party/queue system in place. Granted, that could be coming with the 1.0 release to Quest since there is a social hub that's coming soon, but we felt like this should have already been a thing for the Steam release. And what we're really talking about is being able to queue up with a squad before you get into a custom game or before you even queue up for a quick play match. And I'll go ahead and add this in here. The fact that I have to leave a custom game that I had built just to set up a new lobby with a new game mode and a new map is a bit fucking ridiculous. Okay, it's a little bit tedious. I'm really hoping that we can see something like that come into the game soon and not too far into the future. Another thing we noticed is that the respawns are a bit jank on some maps, meaning that enemies could pop literally feet behind or in front of you with little to no time for either side to react. And one more thing I want to add is that progression is another one of those things that feels a lot like the finals, meaning that when you win, it shows. When you're getting dragged, you feel it. And that's one of the biggest discouraging factors for me. If a game's progression feels too slow or it doesn't feel like it's worth my time, I'm simply just not gonna play it. You know, we all kind of had that same idea going into it, and what we thought was that earning a little bit of XP in custom game lobbies would be a nice addition. And we're not talking about earning 100% of the XP you would get from a regular match, but maybe like 25% or something. Make it small enough to where you'd want to play public, but not completely pointless for you not wanting to play pubs. But yeah, I think Vail's really fun. I think it's a great game. I think there's just a few more things that AX Lab could do to improve the game, to make it better, and before you know it, it's gonna have a really good, strong player base. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap up there, guys. Let me know down below what you think about Vail. And while you're down there, go ahead and smash that like button and virtually click that sub button to all so YouTube can show you my content free of charge. And if you feel like supporting the channel a little bit more, I've got memberships starting out at 99 cents a month. I wanna give a huge thank you to the current members of the channel. You guys are absolute badasses. Thank you so much. This is Sir Blackout signing off to probably go invest into an actual stock for VR. Later.